Hello, everyone, and welcome to the meditation page. It's Friday, and let's get started. My name is Bill Duggar, and I'd like to start with two questions for you. Number one, do you know what this is? And number two, does it have a mouth to tell you that it is a piece of fruit, it's yellow, and it is called a lemon? Does it have a mouth? No, of course not. You know what that was by the color, the shape, the form. That's called the identity, the wordless identity. All things give out a wordless identity, including our bodies and even our invisible selves. The lemon, if you had it in your hand, would tell you even more information by its smell and even its taste. And the identity of that lemon could change once again if we cooked it in some way. Identities are stored within the seed. They come out of nature in what they have to give. In other words, the yellow of this lemon is throwing off red, blue, green, orange, brown, all the colors of the spectrum, except its own oneness. It cannot throw off its yellow because that's what's one with it in its identity. Likewise, you cannot throw off your identity. You see, you can pretend to be someone else, and it takes hard work, it takes practice to be like someone else. But yet, your true identity is within your soul marks of your body. Only when you become a knowing, God awareness creator in ecstasy, when you become the universal self of you, will you know how to change your identity. Your identity is established by your thinking. And what is your thinking? It is the seesaw between the eternal Father, which is this form in my hand, and the eternal Mother, which is this form in my hand. Life would be worthless to us if we were frozen as the Father or as the Mother. Instead, we interchange one with the other. One represents the cloud, the other represents the raindrop, and they interchange with one another. All of nature is exactly that way. Gases interchange with matter, and matter interchange, or solids interchange with matter. Now, to get on deeper into wordless identity, identity is established or manifested to other forms in nature by way of motion. Motion is waves given off by the identity. So thinking is motion, and it is giving off the identity of the form. Motion and identity are the two first words we're going to study in the 9 words for God's material universe, as we call it. Now I want to tell you a story about my teacher, Leo Russell, and what she told me. It was quite a surprising story. She said that some, couple of hundred years ago, women used to wear steel corsets around their midsection. We all know this. And we know why they did. They wanted to look thinner and more acceptable, more beautiful in those days, just as women wear things today, and men too. However, what they did not realize was, by wearing those tight corsets, they damaged the internal of the female body. That damage was marked in the inert gases, so that future generations of today are suffering childbirth difficulties and menstrual problems that they should not have to have. It is not natural to have operations and have difficulties giving childbirth the way some women do. I bring this up because that's what happens whenever we mistreat our bodies. It goes into the inert gas pattern. This is why it's so important to meditate and learn wordless identity and how it takes motion. That corset caused the internals to give out motion of identity. This is the wrong thing to do to your body, it says. Yet, people do it all the time. Smoking, it's not, in fact, that's another story my teacher did. One time we had a big dinner out on the patio of the palace there in Waynesboro, Virginia. And a man was coughing and smoking and carrying on. And he got in a discussion with Leah Russell. He said, "Yeah, I know I need to quit because you're going to tell me it causes cancer." She said, "That's beside the point. Your body is only secondary importance. It is your soul. You're marking your soul for future lung problems in future bodies. A whole lifetime is ruined just by this lifetime of reckless doing and acting and thinking." The seesaw cycle's different rhythms. That's one of my meditations I had to read here. Different rhythms identify what this is. You cannot escape your identity. You can change your identity, but you go from one identity to a new identity by way of changing inner back and forth. Thoughts are waves, and those are waves interchanging. I think that's about it for today. It's Friday. I'll see you again on Tuesday. Until then, and remember too that my next meditation page post will be on wordless prayer. I hope you'll join me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend and live ecstatically. Thank you.